Hi to all. So this video is going to be the answers for your homework lessons. So this is lesson for chapter 4, lesson 3. The lesson here is not correct. It should be lesson 3. All right. So you know the related pages. So let's start to check what the answers are right or not. Now all this information, there is a lot of information in this question, but the question is a simple one. An area in central North Carolina is known as the Research Triangle because of the relatively large number of high-tech companies and research universities located there. Duke University, the University of North Carolina, and Chapel Hill and North Carolina State University are all within this area. So there's just information they are giving. The Research Triangle is roughly bounded by the cities of Chapel Hill, Durham, and Raleigh. Yeah, I think it's Raleigh. Hopefully I'm pronouncing them right. From Chapel Hill, the angle between, okay, from here starts your question. Your actual question starts from here. From Chapel Hill, the angle between Durham and Raleigh, Raleigh measures 54.8. So from Chapel Hill, from here, okay, when you look at the other two cities, this angle is bound to be 54.8. So I can't write it here as my pen is too thick, but if you got space, you could write it there. So I'll just write it outside. So that's going to be 54.8 degrees. Okay, from Raleigh, the angle between Chapel Hill and Durham measures 24.1. So from here, when they look at this two, this angle measures 24.1. Let me write it out. Okay. Find the angle between Chapel Hill and Raleigh from Durham. So from Durham, you need to find out which angle will they look. So the question is quite clear. They have given you two angles. You need to find the third angle. That's it. So could we name this angle triangle as triangle C, D, and R? Okay, because according to the cities, I have named the triangle. As you know, we have to give the statement first. So according to the statement, angle C plus angle D plus angle R is equal to 180 degrees. Why is that we said it's 180 degrees? Due to the triangle sum theorem. Right. Now angle C is 54.8 degrees. Angle angle D we don't know, so we leave angle D as it is. And angle P is R is supposed to be 24.1 degrees, which is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So we have to solve this thing first. So this is going to give me 78.9 degrees plus angle D is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So that's angle D is equal to 180 degrees minus 78.9. So that leaves you with angle D being equal to 101.1 degrees. 180 minus 78.9 is 101.1 degree. So the angle from Durham to Chapel Hill and Raleigh is 101.1. So moving to question number 2. The acute angles of right triangle ABC are congruent. Find their measures. Now they did not give us a picture, so as I always said, drawing a picture will make that easier and more clear for us to understand what they're asking for. So start by drawing a right angle triangle. So they said that this is right angle. Okay, they said the acute angles of right triangle ABC. So A, B, C are congruent. What does this word congruent means? That means it is equal, right? Now, according to one of the corollaries you learned, you know what this thing is. In a right triangle, the acute angles must be complementary, means it's 90 degrees. So that both should be 90 degrees. So can I say angle A plus angle C equals 90 degrees? Because this is due to what? This is due to the corollary which we learned that the angles in a right triangle, the acute angles in a right triangle are equal to 90 degrees. So if I could say both the angles are equal, so that means I'm going to divide 90 by 2, right? That's going to give me a 45 degree, which means angle A and is also 45 degrees, and angle B is also 45 degrees. Because they said congruent, so both the angles are congruent means both the angles are equal. Or you could even resubstitute that with x and x, so that will give you 2x. Or you could simply do it this way too. Both the ways are right. As it's math, you know that there is no one way. There are many ways to do one question, so most of the times, right? So this is how you get angle A is 45 and angle B is 45 too. Okay, moving to question number 3. The measure of one of the acute angles in a right triangle is given. So out of the 3 angles in a right triangle, one is 90 degrees and the other one is 44.9. Find the measure of the other acute angle. Now, if you have not watched this, please watch the previous video on the explanation of how do you find the missing angles. So definitely you will understand the lesson better, but you need to watch. Okay, so you know that as already one of the angle in the right triangle is 90 degrees, so we have to subtract, and the other two makes up 90. So all what we need to do is we need to subtract this from 90 degrees to find the other angle. But then you cannot directly subtract it. Of course, you need to give your statement right. So we could say, remember those 2 steps which we needed to write. So always you need to write that. Let the, I think it's better I type rather than writing. Okay, so these 2 things you need to write in all the questions. Let the acute angles be you can say any letter you want to, not particularly any. So let me keep it as angle M and angle N. Okay, so the next step you're going to do is you have to say that angle M plus angle N equals 90 degrees. Okay, so the next step is going to be angle M plus angle N is going to be equal to 90 degrees. Now this is due to the acute angles of right triangle are congruent theorem. So I'm not going to write all that. So this is going to be 1 is 44.9. I don't know the measure of angle N, so I leave it like that. So this is going to be angle N is going to be equal to 90 degrees minus 44.9 degrees. So that's going to give you a 45.1. So angle N is going to be 45.1 degree. So this is how you find the other angle. Now these 2 are common for all. Now I will start from the 3rd step, right? So I am keeping the same, but here there is Z, so you need to name that as Z. So starting here, let me write 90 minus Z plus angle N equals 90, right? So that means angle, this is going to be 90 minus 90, right? But that's not going to leave you anywhere. So I need to simply shift that to the other side. So 90 minus 90 plus Z, because that will change the sign too, because this is considered as a whole number. That's a variable, but then that's the measure of an angle. So this will give you nothing. 90 minus 90 will give you nothing. So that means angle N is going to be 0 as Z degrees. It looks quite different, but this is the answer. Okay, for here again, those 2 steps you need to say. Then you can start off with 0.3 degrees plus angle N equals 90 degrees. Now angle N is going to be equal to 90 degrees minus 0.3 degrees. Angle N is going to be 89.7 degrees, because 90 minus 0.3 will give you 89.7. You might ask how. This is how. You can subtract this. If you subtract, you will get 89.7. All right. So let's move to another question. Find each angle, measure. So they want you to find angle B. Now you know what these signs mean. This means that this side is equal to this side. So what happens when both these sides are equal? These two angles become equal as well. When the two sides are equal, the two angles are equal as well. That's what they have denoted by these signs. Now they, of course, we are going to be using the remote angles, right? The remote interior angles. So we can say that angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C. So first let's write that down. Angle A plus angle B is equal to angle C, and this is due to the exterior angle theorem, right? Angles theorem. Okay, now we don't know both what angle A and B are. So because they both are equal, so we could say that we can divide 120 by 2. For example, if I replace angle A with x and angle B with x, because we don't know both the angles, right? And both of them are equal. I cannot say this as x, I cannot say this as y, because if both are equal, if this is x, this also should be x. So this is going to be 2x equals 120, which means x is going to be equal to 60 degrees. So the measure of each angle is going to be 60 degrees. So which means angle B is going to be 60 degrees. So if you get any questions like this, do not panic. It's the same, which means if two sides are same, these two angles which are corresponding are the same also. So if you name this as A, name this also as A. Don't name this as B. A and B are different, but A and A are same. So that's what I did. I named both of them as X, so that I got X plus X is 2X. So X will give you the value of 60, which means this is 60 and this is 60. Definitely they will confuse you by giving such questions, but then you have to be smart, like you have to think well before you answer those questions. Again, a similar question. Again, the exterior angle is there and the two remote interior angles. So I could simply say that angle R is equal to angle Q plus angle P due to the exterior angles theorem. So angle R is 9x plus 2. I hope detailed explanation is not at all needed, but 5x minus 1 detailed explanation I'm already given in the previous video. So this is going to be 9x plus 2 is equal to 5x. 23 minus 1 is going to give us 22. So 9x minus 5x is going to be equal to 22 minus 2. 4x is going to be equal to 20. X is going to be equal to 5. So the value of x is 5. Now you need to find out what is angle PRS. They're talking about this particular angle. So we could substitute the value in there. So angle PRS is going to be 9 multiplied by 5 plus 2. Now I'm doing the shortcut, but you need to write the steps. So 45 plus 2, that will give you 47 degrees. So angle PRS is 47 degrees. Let's go to the next question. In triangle LMN, do not skip this. Draw the triangle, only then you will know what they are asking for. So in triangle LMN, so let me name this as L, M and N. The exterior angle at N, so there's an exterior angle here at N, okay. This is measuring how much? 99 degrees. So this angle here is 99 degrees. Angle L is 1/3 of x. There you go, they have given you fractions now. And angle M is 2/3 of x degrees. Find angle L, angle M, and angle LNM. So you have to find this angle too. So to find that, of course, we need to find the value of x first. To find the value of x first, you need to add these two angles and make it equal to the exterior angle because of the exterior angles theorem. So I can say that angle L plus angle M is equal to angle N, right? So angle L is 1/3 x plus, what is angle M? 2/3 x, which is equal to 99. So here 1/3 plus 2/3 will give you 1. That's mental math. So that's an x. As you know, I don't write 1x here. So x equals 99. So the value of x is 99. Now you can replace that anywhere and find out the answer. So let's start with angle L. The measure of angle L is going to be 1/3 of x, which means 1/3 multiplied by 99. So that leaves that with 33 degrees. How? You know how. 99 divided by 3 will give you 33, right? The next one, measure of angle M, is, now you can do two things. You can subtract 99 from 33 and find out angle M, because you know when you add these two angles you will get 99. So you could say measure of angle M is 99 minus 33. That will give you a 66 degrees. Or if you're not sure, you can substitute the value of x here and find it out. Now why did I say angle M is 99 minus 33? According to the exterior angle sum theory, you know that if you add this 2 you will get this. So when you know angle L is 33, you can subtract that from N to get the remaining angle. So that's what I have done here. So angle M is 66. So how can you find now angle L and M? So L and M, they are referring to this angle here, L and M, the angle which is inside. Now, two things you could do here also. You can either subtract that from 180 and say that is due to the linear pair theorem, right? Or you know the measure of these two angles, one is 33, one is 66. You can subtract that from 180 as well. Either way, you're going to get the answer right. So I'm going to use the linear pair theorem because I feel that's much easier. So angle N is going to be equal to 180 minus 99. And this I'm using the linear pair theorem. If you would have listened to the explanation in the video, I also have told what is linear pair theorem. Okay, so 180 minus 99 is going to give you 81 degrees. So angle N is going to be 81 degrees. But as well, you can add 66 plus 33, that is 99. 99 minus 180 is going to give you 81 also. Either way, your answer needs to be 81. So you can use that, or you can add them both and subtract from 180 and say that is due to the triangle sum theorem. Up to you. All right, let's move to question number 9. Now here, I have told you, write down the equal angles quickly so that it will not bother you. So here angle D and H are same, right? So here that means these two opposite angles are same. So I could say that angle E is congruent to angle G. Angle E is congruent to angle G, which means angle E is equal to angle G. So I can say that 6x minus 4 equals 5x plus 4. It is similar to the question which we had to solve. So 6x minus 5x will give you an x. Now I'm just doing it directly. I'm not showing you all the steps here. Then minus a plus 4 will give you an 8. You know how to solve equations. You are not at that stage now. I need to write every step and solve. So x is going to be 8. So they want you to find angle E and G. So let's find out any one angle as well. It's going to be equal to the other angle. So angle E is going to be 6x minus 4 degrees, which means it is 6 multiplied by 8 minus 4. So 48 minus 4 is going to give you 44 degrees. So angle E is 44 degrees. I could also say angle G is 44 as well, because angle E is congruent to angle G, which means if angle E is 44, angle G is also 44. But why are they equal? Due to the third the theorem which you learned last, which is the third angles theorem. So according to the third angles theorem, you can say both of them are equal. Similarly here. Okay, now you have to be a bit careful here because these two angles are equal and these two, so that leaves angle T and V congruent. So angle T is congruent to angle V, which means angle T is 10n minus 2 degrees, which is equal to 9n plus 9 degrees. So that's going to leave you with n is equal to 11. The value of n is going to be 11. Now that you have found the value of n, you can just substitute that in any of the angles. So let me start with angle T, that is 10n minus 2 degrees. So 10 multiplied by 11 minus 2. So 10 multiplied by 11 minus 2 is going to give you 108. 10 11s are 110 minus 2 is 108. Okay, now angle T is 108. Could I say angle V is also 108? Yes, you can, because they both are congruent as we already wrote. So angle V is also going to be 108 degrees. As I always say, these comes with practice. Without practice, it's difficult. Okay, in triangle ABC, so let me draw two triangles first. Now I'm drawing because you need to understand the lesson, so it's always better we draw. So we need two triangles for this. Okay, so this is triangle A, B, and C. This is triangle D, E, and F. So angle A is equal to angle D and angle B is equal to angle E. Find angle F if an exterior angle at A measures 107 degrees. So there's an exterior angle here which is measuring 107, and this is a bit different question than what we have done. And angle B is, this angle is 5x plus 2. And angle C is 5x plus 5. Okay, this is 5x plus 5. Okay, so I marked it 3 times because that angle is not equal to any other angle. So what are they asking to find? Find angle F. So you have to find this angle here. Now to find this angle, of course, we need to find what is angle C. Now to find angle C, we have to use the exterior angle theorem, right? Because they have given us the value of two of the remote interior angles and the exterior angle. So I could say that angle B plus angle C is equal to angle A. That's due to the exterior angle theorem. Okay, angle B is 5x plus 5 and angle C is 5x plus 2, which is equal to 107 degrees. So this is going to be 10x plus 7, which is going to be equal to 107. So 10x is going to be equal to 100 because 107 minus 7, x is going to be equal to 10. So you're done almost with the question. Now that you have found the value of x, we need to find the value of the angle C. Only then, because they both are congruent, that we can find angle F also. So angle C is going to be 5x plus 5 degrees. So that's like 5 multiplied 10 plus 5, which is going to give you 55 degrees. Now I could say angle C is congruent to angle F due to the third angle. Third angle's theorem. So angle F is also going to be equal to 65 degrees. Sorry, 55. Why did I write 65? It's 55. Because angle C is 55, so angle F is also going to be 55 degrees. So this is how you solve. You have to be careful. That's why I said put them in a picture so that you will understand the question better. If you just read it like this, definitely you won't understand unless you're concentrating on it. But when you put it in a picture, your brain tends to understand picturistic things more than just reading and read. Okay, the last question here we have, the angle measures of a triangle are in the ratio. Okay, now this is something new to you. I asked you to do it because you need to learn something new. So ratio 3:4:3, find the angle measures of the triangle. Now, ratio means something has been divided in parts. Okay, something has been divided in parts, and then they will give you that certain parts. For example, a large pizza is always cut into 8 parts. Now you might wonder, why do all math teachers take pizza? Because that's the easiest thing which comes to the mind. Okay, so if you have a large pizza, that's almost like cut into 8, I think 8. Yeah, medium is cut into 6. Fine. So if they cut into 8, okay, the total of the pizza is cut into 8. Now if you eat 2, that means you're eating 2 out of 8. If someone else eats 3, that means you're eating 3 out of 8. So we could write the ratio is like 2:3 is to the remaining parts of the pizza. So the same theory applies here. The triangle angle has been divided into some parts. So to find those parts, we need to add these 3 numbers. Okay, so when you add these 3, you will get the sum as 10. 3 plus 4 plus 3, that is 10, which means something has been divided into 10 parts. Now in this case, the angle has been divided in 10 parts. So the total measure of angle is how much? The total measure of the angle of a triangle is 180 degrees. Right? Now, if you divide this into 10, how much are you going to get? You will be getting 18 degrees each, which means in one part, there is 18 degrees. The ratio they have divided into 10 parts. To find how much is in one part, we need to divide by the total number which is in the ratio, right? So this is for one part. So 180 divided by 10 will give us 18. So this is the amount for one part. Okay, now that we have the ratio, so if one part is 18, how much is going to be for 3 parts? Just simply multiply 3 by 18. That will give you 54 degrees. And so we could write it this way, but I will write it this way. I'll write the fraction 3 is to, the ratio 3:4:3. Okay, so one part is 18, which means 3 multiplied by 18 will give me 54 degrees. Then again, how many parts will be 4? That is going to be 50. That is going to be 72 degrees. And how much is this part going to be? That's going to be 54 as well. So these are the measures of the angles. Measures of the angles are going to be 54 degrees, 72 degrees, and 54 degrees. In fact, ratios are one of the easiest lessons we have. Like maybe you have not learned, but it's one of the easiest and very interesting lesson. So this is how you find, if they have given the ratio, add them up to see how many parts is it divided into. So this has been divided into 10 parts. So then from the total of that measures, find out how much is one part. So that's 18. Then simply multiply by the ratio which they have given. That's it, and you're done. Hopefully you have got the answers right. Do let me know if there is anything wrong. If you have doubt in anything, you can ask me anytime. So see you all again. Till then, don't forget what you have learned.